Hello everyone. This isn't a video that I think I'd be making right now. I know I'm supposed to be at my grandpa's funeral just about a couple of weeks ago, but I had some serious problems trying to get everything arranged, and I will explain in just a few moments here. It's been a month since I have lost my grandfather. He unfortunately passed away on September 12th, 2024, obviously. It's not an easy time to go through this. We had everything arranged to get ready for a nice funeral for my grandfather, and he was 97, by the way. He lived a good life. We tried everything we could. We tried making adjustments to see if we were able to get to Florida, just so that way I can get ready to celebrate his life by having a funeral and whatnot. But the week of my grandpa's funeral, I looked on my phone and I saw that there was going to be a hurricane known as Hurricane Helene that barreled towards the shoulders of Florida and onto the Panhandle, the Big Bend area, I think. Yeah, I think it's a Big Bend area. And so it kind of was pretty heartbreaking, at least because, we had to cancel it, unfortunately, because the hurricane looked pretty deadly to me. And so I had to wait for the hurricane to pass. Essentially, it did not hit the coast completely with the storms, but however, when Helene passed the state of Florida, it not only destroyed the Panhandle and the Big Bend area, but also along the Gulf Coast as well, with high winds, heavy flooding, and possibly heavy rainfall, I think. But yeah, it kind of heartbroke me, and obviously I do go on vacation a lot. I don't know if you have seen the pictures of me on vacation, but I go on vacation in Florida. I will put a picture of the map where my vacation place is located, and that's where Hurricane Helene passed. I thought it was not going to be far enough to cause enough destruction in the state, because I think hurricanes out far in the ocean, it was 170, 180 miles away from the shore. And so it caused some destruction. Yeah, I was pretty shocked to see that happen. And so I looked at the pictures of the condo. And so a lot of floods came rushing in and a lot of sand came in. It didn't damage the units, thankfully. It was just the parking lot below. The flood waters weren't too high. The flood water just got so strong enough that it just busted the doors, busted the walls, and flooded the rooms with not just all the water, but a lot of sand as well, which I was like, what? That hurricane is not even possible enough to go through and cause havoc along the west coast of the state of Florida. I'm speechless. It destroyed the bathroom area, the office area, the storage areas, and that was just basically it. And there was sand everywhere in the parking lot. A golf cart was even covered in sand too. And lastly, the gates were pretty much bent. The pool was completely flooded and it was filled to the brim with sand. Clearly, it's like a sand pit rather than a swimming pool. The plants around the yard kind of changed a little, kind of altered a little bit from very green and leafy to just making it nearly look like almost fall came in a tropical state. Here I have some pictures of it. My parents did send me an email to show the destruction of the condo. It was not too bad, obviously. And so a few weeks later, we were able to reschedule. And when I saw there was another hurricane coming, Hurricane Milton, I was like, oh God, it's going to be a direct hit on Sarasota. It's going to definitely destroy the islands. I was praying every day because I was thinking, oh God, I hope they're not going to be destroyed. I hope our condo does not get destroyed even further. My parents had to cancel our flights, our schedules again. Currently, the funeral home told us that they're going to have to put Grandpa's body in the ground because his body started decomposing. We tried everything to get everything planned. I know it's been difficult because Mother Nature hasn't been so kind this year. Suddenly, Hurricane Milton did make landfall just near Siesta Key. I'll show you guys the map where Hurricane Milton made landfall, and I'll show you where our condo is located. It's about a good 20 to 30 miles away from where it made landfall, and I was thinking that's gonna cause a lot of destruction, around Venice, Lido Key, Siesta Key, Longboat Key, and even Anna Maria Island itself, as well as Bradenton and the Sarasota cities itself. But when I looked at the aftermath, I was like pretty shocked. Like I was pretty impressed how well they held up to that hurricane. I mean, it was supposed to make landfall as a category 3 hurricane, and the weather meteorologists think it was going to be a category 4 that night, but it actually downgraded to category 3 like very, very quickly before it made landfall. So I'm pretty happy that it did make it into that category. As it continued to make landfall in the state, it actually downgraded to category 2, which actually it's probably not going to cause too much destruction. After all, after all these hours just waiting for that hurricane to go by. The next day when I saw the destruction in Florida, I was like, wow, I'm just impressed. Like I thought it was going to be like completely destroyed from the hurricane. All I saw was just trees everywhere, like on the ground, some roofs destroyed, maybe some houses were destroyed. There was one beach house that was like toppled over in Bradenton Beach. And then there was a couple of pictures that I saw. There was one crane in St. Petersburg that hit a building. I was pretty shocked to see that. Another picture that my dad sent to me was this picture of Tropicana Field, home of the Tampa Bay Rays, and its roof that was completely torn off and shredded. And when I looked at the inside, it just looks like something out of like Transformers The Last Night, I believe, because that stadium with like cloth everywhere. It's just horrifying. I mean, it even housed to a lot of people that needed shelter, but I just didn't think it was gonna hold up to that hurricane. It was like like 110, 120 miles an hour, like just a good amount of wind to destroy the baseball field. Like not completely, but its roof. There had also been reports of some tornadoes being spawned around the east coast of Florida. But yeah, we tried everything we could. Overall, what did our condo look like after Milton? It still remained the same. Obviously, there was no damage to our windows, no doors. None of that was broken. None of the glass doors were broken. It was perfectly in good condition. Like all the units were perfectly in good condition. My mother did send me some pictures. Eventually, one of the parts of the roof kind of got a bit damaged from the hurricane as a result. But other than that, the condo looks just perfectly fine. So yeah, I'm just thankful that our condo made it out alive. The islands are pretty strong. Bradenton and Sarasota are pretty strong. So is Venice. Like I'm just so proud of how well they held up to that hurricane. If it wasn't for I think they're made of mostly concrete and steel because they're trying to withstand hurricanes. They don't have basements built in because of they're prone to flooding. So there's that. But other than that, I'm still have yet to make some plans. I'm hoping we can make some plans for my grandpa's funeral. But other than that, I'm thankful for the hurricanes. And obviously, my thoughts and prayers go out to the communities that were affected by this. If you guys do live in Florida, if your house is destroyed, my hearts go out to you. Still have yet to make some plans, hopefully, as long as no more hurricanes come in the state and just trying to rip it up into shreds. So that's basically about it. So yeah, that's it, guys. I'm done recording now. So be sure to subscribe. Make sure you like this video, turn on notifications, and that is basically it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye, guys.